Let's find out how China Airlines delivers a semi-luxury experience in their long-haul premium economy class on the A350-900 from Seattle to Taipei. Since we had a couple of hours before boarding, we made a stop at the Delta Sky Club Lounge at Seattle Tacoma International Airport. Thanks to my SkyTeam Elite status, the first thing that grabs your attention is the open space and high ceilings. It feels really airy and inviting. All around the lounge, you'll find iconic Seattle-themed artwork and pictures, which add a nice local touch. There's a variety of seating options, so whether you want to relax, get some work done, or just enjoy a drink, there's a spot for you. Speaking of drinks, the open bar has a solid selection of cocktails, wines, and spirits. And the food? Pretty impressive. There are both hot and cold options, so there's something for everyone. All of this really makes you feel like a special and valued guest. And while it's hard to see at night, the lounge has these huge windows that give you a great view of the runways during the day. It's the perfect spot to relax and watch the planes come and go. Alright, time to head to the gate and check out China Airlines Premium Economy class. It was our first time flying with China Airlines. We were feeling a mix of excitement and a little bit of caution. So here's my first impression. It honestly felt like stepping into a 5-star hotel lobby. The warm, ambient lighting gave off a classy, welcoming vibe. And since it was almost midnight, the soft lighting in the cabin made it feel even more relaxing. This particular China Airlines A350-900 is about 6 years old, arranged in a 2x3x2 layout across 4.5 rows. And it features 31 premium economy class seats. Right away, it felt noticeably more spacious and open compared to the tightly packed economy section. We were seated in 32A and 32C, the second row of the premium economy class. I don't know about you, but we think these are the best seats in the cabin. What do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. The legroom was generous, with a 39-inch pitch. That's pretty standard for premium economy, but the seats themselves felt roomy and really comfortable. The pillow felt fresh and plush, and the blanket was soft and generously sized. Exactly what you want on a long-haul flight. The seat experience was designed by Ray Chen, a renowned Taiwanese designer, and crafted by Zodiac Seats friends. You can actually see the attention to detail. The modern gray tweed-like fabric, paired with cream-colored leather and metallic accents, gives the cabin an elegant and stylish vibe. You can move the adjustable reading lamp around and customize the brightness. Something that really impressed me, China Airlines provides noise-canceling headsets in premium economy. That's a level of service that you don't always see in this class. David, on the other hand, he used the Wi-Fi adapter to connect his AirPods, so he didn't have to rely on the provided headsets. The metallic tray with a built-in cup holder was a really nice touch. Sturdy and super useful for keeping a drink secure without worrying about it spilling. This is definitely one of the most upper-class looking seat-attached trays I've ever seen. Right in front of us, there were 2 vertically placed water bottle holders, which made it easy to keep a bottle within reach without taking up extra space. The armrest had a fairly large tray area, with a wooden finish that matched the cabin's interior design. There was the remote control for the in-flight entertainment as well. There were 2 power outlets under the seats. They were a little hard to spot at first, but once you plug something in, the grip was solid and secure. There was an additional USB charging port right next to the entertainment screen. After watching a delightful safety video on the large 12-inch HD monitor, it was time for takeoff. It would be a 12.5-hour trip to Taipei, Taiwan. The takeoff itself was smooth and surprisingly quiet, which was a great start to the flight. Not long after takeoff, the crew came around with amenity kits. They were from Roots, from Canada. The kit itself was thoughtfully designed, made from recycled leather, and everything inside was eco-friendly. Each item crafted from recycled plastics and sustainable materials. Inside, you'll find an eye mask, travel-sized lotion, earplugs, toothpaste, a toothbrush. Sleepers were provided separately, which was a nice extra touch for getting comfortable during the long flight. Exactly 18 minutes after takeoff, the dinner service began. Now, let's talk about the tray. It was seriously huge, bigger than some of the business class trays I've used. There was a slot where you could place your tablet or phone. The dinner was excellent, one of the best in many ways. I went with the stir-fried beef in oyster sauce served with rice and quinoa. And it was absolutely delicious. The portion was generous too, which left me feeling nicely full. David had the Texas-style barbecue chicken with macaroni and cheese. It was okay. He thought the barbecue sauce was a bit too sweet, and the mac and cheese was kinda bland. So if you get the choice, I would definitely recommend going for the stir-fried beef. The smoked duck appetizer was a standout, perfectly tender and flavorful. It was served for both menus. And the fruits, super fresh and chilled, which was a nice way to finish the meal. On the return flight, we both had steamed rice with Chinese sausage, chicken, and shiitake mushrooms. It was fantastic. These meals are prepared by Michelin restaurants and renowned food providers, which is a special perk for flights departing from Taipei, available on both business and premium economy passengers. It's another way that they make you feel valued, like you're getting the business class treatment, even in premium economy. Little touches like that adds up to make the experience feel special. Drinks were served a bit later. Since the cart didn't have the full selection of spirits, the flight attendant actually went back to get my gin and tonic. Maybe it was because our flight departed after midnight. But either way, I liked what I was getting. Also, premium economy passengers get their food and drinks served before the economy cabin gets their food, which is another nice little perk. Let's talk about the seat design. It doesn't recline like a typical seat. Instead, it slides forward within a fixed shell. The reviews on these fixed shell seats tend to be polarizing. If you use the leg rest, it might feel a little tight around your feet, but there's still plenty of room to stretch your legs underneath the seat in front of you. Just for context, I'm 5 feet 10 inches tall. Honestly, I had the best sleep on this flight for a solid 8 hours. I realized that I actually prefer this seat to the usual one, where someone leans back so far that it leaves no space for you. However, if you're much taller than 6 feet, you might want to consider reserving a front row seat for a little more space. I can't even believe that it was 12.5-hour trip because I was able to sleep for 8 hours. That was unheard of, whether you're on business class or premium economy. So this trip has been excellent. Now, let's take a look at the lavatory. One thing I really appreciated is that premium economy shares a bathroom with business class rather than economy. The lavatory wasn't the biggest I've ever seen, but it was definitely a step up from economy. The cleanliness was impressive. It stayed spotless throughout the flight, which is always a plus. They even played music in the lavatory, and the toiletries were upgraded, adding a nice touch of luxury. It's not that big, but super clean and very well put together. I like it. The 12-inch HD monitor was impressive. It was crystal clear and big enough to make the in-flight entertainment really enjoyable. The IFE offered a good selection, with a mix of new Hollywood blockbusters and international films, including Taiwanese and Korean titles. They also had some fun interactive services like 3D flight map, shopping, games, kids content, and e-readers. The chat feature was a fun addition. You can enter another passenger's seat number to start a seat-to-seat conversation and even create a group chat by selecting multiple seats. In the in-flight shopping section, they had this cool option where you could share an item with others on board. Wi-Fi was available in various packages, ranging from $4 to $22 US. If you opt for a 24-hour plan, you can use it for connecting flights, which is a nice perk. Let's talk about the scores and the out-of-the-pocket index. For service, I'm giving a solid 5 out of 5. Honestly, the whole experience made me feel like I wouldn't even need business class with how great this premium economy experience was. The cabin crew was absolutely spectacular. I was greeted by my last name by all crew members. I think this was because of my SkyTeam Elite status. That being said, regardless of the special treatment we got, the crew was still incredibly attentive and friendly to all premium economy passengers throughout the flight. For food and beverage, I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. Everything was top-notch, especially the Taiwanese cuisine. It wasn't just delicious, it was beautifully presented in simple yet stylish dishes and bowls, showing great attention to detail. The meals were large and flavorful, honestly more in line with what I would expect from business class on a Western carrier. As for the hard product, I'm also giving that a solid 5 out of 5. The A350-900's design is elegant and stylish, with a vibe that reminds me of a 5-star hotel. You can really tell that they invested in the details. The functionality and ergonomics were clearly designed with the passengers in mind. And the cabin was kept in excellent condition. For in-flight entertainment, I'm giving that a 5 out of 5 as well. The 12-inch HD screen was a no-brainer, and the remote control was handy. While they did not have the largest selection of movies and shows, they had more than enough to choose from, including Hollywood movies and international films and shows. I also really appreciated the interactive features. Would I pay my own money to fly China Airlines Premium Economy class again? Absolutely yes. I would happily spend my own money to try out their long-haul flight next time again. They get a solid 5 out of 5 for the out-of-pocket index. Overall, this was an exceptional flight, and it exceeded my expectations in almost every way. This experience has also sparked my curiosity about Ava and Starlux, the other Taiwanese carriers known for their equally excellent reputations in both hard and soft products. If you're interested, be sure to check out our China Airlines Premium Business Class review. It was even more impressive. Don't forget to like the video and share your thoughts about China Airlines Premium Economy experience. See you in the next video. Bye bye.